Hi everyone, welcome to our channel where we share the most amazing short stories from talented writers. Be sure to stay till the end of this video, because the last story will make you feel all warm and fuzzy inside. And now, let's get started. I was 16, breath fogging the thrift store window when I saw at my phone the only gift Dad ever gave me before he left. Now dangling from Grandma Leela's wrinkled hand like a toy she no longer understood, she shuffled into the pawn shop, silver hair catching the neon "We" by gold sign, and traded the last piece of my father for a tiny velvet pouch of old coins. I didn't know then that this would be the start of the biggest fight of our lives, that a year later I'd still be searching for answers. I remember thinking how unfair it was that she got to hold Dad's favorite camera while I was stuck with his broken promises. I chased her down the rain-slick street, heart pounding louder than the thunder. Inside the pouch clinked dull, scratched discs, foreign pennies, arcade tokens, a bent subway coin from 1987. Worthless. I screamed inside, "Why, Lila?" That night, Grandma sat at the kitchen table, arthritis curling her fingers around each coin, sliding them into a mason jar, with the same care she once used to braid my hair. The silence screamed louder than any why. It felt like she was hiding something precious, tucking it away to protect it. So that night, I did what I do best. Threw myself into schoolwork, burying myself in textbooks until even numbers seemed to weep for me. The next morning, I woke to the smell of burnt toast and Lila's cough, raspy and tired. We ate in silence, me picking at my food. Why? I wanted to scream, but I knew she wouldn't understand. For 2 weeks I refused to speak to her. I watched her limp to the bus stop every dawn with that heavy jar clutched to her chest, returning at dusk with it lighter, shoulders lower. Each day I hoped for an explanation, but all I got were pitying looks from strangers and the guilt-ridden memory of my father. I pushed it down, focusing on school, friends, anyone but Lila. But the house felt empty without Dad, and sometimes, in the middle of the night, I still heard his laughter echoing in the halls. Then one day, a new family moved in across the hall. They were loud and messy, and soon they replaced Dad in my life. Or so I thought. On the morning of my birthday, the apartment smelled of cinnamon, the scent Dad used to wake me with. I stumbled out of bed, half asleep, and found my school books neatly stacked on the table. Next to them, a single red rose and a note. To my favorite girl, happy birthday, love Grandma. Underneath, scrunched up, was another note. It read, "Meet me in the living room when you're up." My curiosity piqued. What was she hiding in there? Is it finally time for her to tell me about Dad? About why he left us? About why she sold my phone? I raced to the living room. There, on our cracked coffee table, sat a small, wrapped box. The purple wrapping paper was Dad's favorite. I ripped it off, trembling. Inside was a layer of tissue paper over something heavy. My fingers trembled as I tore the paper. Inside was Dad's old film camera, the one he had sold to buy my phone in the first place, and a single coin taped to the strap, the last coin from the jar. Etched on it, in Grandma's shaky handwriting, were the words, "Some things are worth losing everything for. Love develops, the picture's memory cannot." It hit me then. She had kept a coin from the jar all these months, waiting for the perfect time to show me. I looked up. Grandma was already crying. She'd sold my phone to buy back the camera, coin by coin, so I could see the world the way Dad once saw me. I ran to her, hugging her, feeling every fragile bone, knowing that despite our fights, she loved me more than words could say. "Why?" I whispered, the question escaping my lips like a bird finally learning to fly. "Why did you sell my phone?" She pulled away, her eyes shimmering with unshed tears. "Because, honey," she said, her voice cracking, "your father promised me you'd find your wings one day, and if you can't see the sky, you'll never learn to soar." She told me then about the day Dad left, how he pawned his camera, the thing he loved most, to buy me my first phone, trusting that it would help me connect with others, make friends. "But I couldn't bear the thought of you growing up with nothing of his," she said, reaching for the jar. "So I took his camera back, little by little, saving for the day I could return it to you." She showed me the worn box filled with faded Polaroids, each one a treasure from a simpler time. "These are the only pictures I have of your dad and me," she said, handing me the box. "But they meant nothing to me until I realized they meant everything to you." We spent the rest of the day looking through the photos, me pointing out little details in each picture, stories she had long forgotten. There was Dad holding me after my first piano recital, his eyes shining with pride. There they were again, pushing a swing in the park, both of them laughing. In one picture, I wasn't even born yet, just a bump in Leela's belly. Dad was kissing her forehead, whispering something that made her smile. That night, I didn't eat dinner, but I didn't need food. Looking through those photos filled me up in a way I hadn't known possible. I felt Dad's absence less like a gaping hole and more like a constellation, guiding stars in the dark. The next day I went to the mall, not to buy anything, but to walk around, to take it all in. And I remembered why Lila did what she did, not because she didn't understand technology, but because she loved me too much. I texted her, "Thank you, Lila," and watched the reply pop up. "You're welcome, sweetheart. Your father would be so proud of you." That night, we ate dinner together. It wasn't the food that tasted good, but the quiet understanding that passed between us. I knew then that a part of Dad would always be with me. He was in the chipped coffee table, in the rose bushes outside, and most importantly, in the people who loved me. I learned then that sometimes the things we think are taken from us are returned in a form we never expected. Like a coin that turns out to be a key to a love that opens doors we didn't know existed. Our parents may leave us or pass away, but their love remains etched in the small things, if we only open our hearts to see it. Thank you for watching. Please share your thoughts below. We appreciate your support and hope you enjoyed these heartwarming tales.